Welcome to the program, everybody. It's that time once again. Time for 4K for you. We have today me and Greg as of right now. I don't know if anybody else is going to be here. Mike is unable to make it, and I believe Valliant is working as well, so it is just going to be Greg and I. But how are you doing, Greg?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here with you and this fine audience out there in the chat and watching. Glad to talk some 4K and Blu-ray and upcoming releases with all you guys.
Absolutely. We got a couple of announcements today, which was nice. So we actually have something to talk about.
Yes.
So let's say hello to the audience real quick, and we'll get into that. We got Steven swinging that wrench around. How are we going, Steven? Or how are we doing, I should say. We got Kenneth LaRock. We got Gunstar1 here. Buttcrack Media, Mr. Buttcrack Media, that is to you and me, is here. Joey's here. We've got Chad 90 Fabrero. Duck Nation is here. We've got Cool Gamer and his damn Windows logo. We got Hitchhiker 42 is here. Dalton B is here. I said hello to Joey already. We got Coffee Lover. We also have, let's see here. I know I saw Yekno Mino here. Yep, Max Mercer as well, and Bud Badanzer. Darcipio and so many more. Humdinger is also here. So, and I am the last Starfighter, he says. We'll see. We'll see on it. Snow's in the house. How you doing, Snowdub?
Snowdub.
We got Rachel Harris and Rusty Shackelford. And we got Style Section. I don't know how to say this. I don't want to mess up your name. Ayav Nodik. Am I saying it right? Ayav Nodik. Maybe. We got Morgan King and we got Christian Garcia as well. So thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you guys here. And then I hope you enjoy the show tonight and listen to all of our ramblings and musings on these awesome upcoming releases.
Yes, we tend to ramble, and when we don't have Valiant here to kind of keep us on task, we really ramble.
Valiant's our tech guy who's like, okay, this is what you... And
get us out of this!
We're just like, I get a Blu-ray.
Yep.
Or 4K.
Shiny.
That's what we got. We got to have the parent to control us. So
yes. Well, not only that, he's usually on a bit more of a tighter schedule, so it kind of keeps us a bit more in line.
Keep us tight like a tiger.
White, like his butt. Anyway, I don't know why I'm looking at his butt or who he is, but he got quite the tight butt.
Quite tight one.
Oh, Lord. We're already off the rails. Well, we got 80 of you watching already, so hit that like button. We appreciate that. Share out the stream if you haven't already. We got Dana Hergen Renther. I didn't see the R there. Boy, these names are hard today. You guys are challenging me. This one's not a challenge, though. Samurai Vader's here. How you doing? We didn't forget you. We just didn't see you till now.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes,
so I was taking a drink there. Tom going off the rails is the best time. Well, that's usually the only time you get.
Going off the rails on the Tommy train.
My whole thing is like rails. Where?
I need rails to get up the steps. I'm old.
Yeah. The only time I need rails is when I'm trying to get my fat ass up the stairs.
It's hot. I don't want to walk up there. You got rails.
I walked halfway up the stairs yesterday. That was enough for me.
Well, that's my hour of exercise for the day.
That's right. Oh, this is always one of the most asked questions we get, Bud.
Yes.
And it's one of the easiest to answer. Why don't you go ahead and tell them where we go?
Blu-ray.com. That's blue, BLU-ray, RAY.com. It gives you a list of everything that's coming out, will come out, and what is on sale. It's a great database. That I would suggest checking it out, really. That's where I always send people there. First time collectors, people interested. Blu-ray.com works every time.
What's great about it is they have all the news. They have all the best deals. Sorry, I'm munching a little bit here. And you can also get this app on your phone, and it actually will keep track of your collection.
Yep. Just scan the QR codes on the back of your disc, and you can digitize your catalog of what you got.
Yep. DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K, everything. Yep.
It's a great handy little tool for collectors.
I was talking about you this last week. I even said some of my my new remastered albums that usually have like Blu-ray audio and stuff like that even pop up in here.
Yeah. Then Runner just found out about it, and no way, really?
We were telling that's like, how did you not know? We're like, he's like, this is gonna take me forever though. I'm like, dude, you can scan it in with your phone. That's what we're saying. Like,
exactly.
Because trust me, I could have never it took me forever to do it the first time, but it's like I couldn't imagine having to type all those in.
Exactly. It's just like, no, not the 1985 version.
Well, what sucked for me is a lot of my older DVDs from when I had still from my video store, they had stickers over the UPC.
Oh yeah.
So I had to type them all in by hand. That was never fun. Or at least open them up, pull the case out, scan it from there, kind of thing. But like, but like it was an old Warner flipper or whatever you call it, the flap ones.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of screwed usually.
Ones, yeah.
I don't have a shit ton of DVDs left, and I swear I've lost a box of DVDs somewhere, but
happens.
Yeah, because there's a handful of discs. I'm just like, I should have this shit. I don't know where it's at, but
I could have sworn I had that somewhere.
Yeah. But yet I can still find my flashback disc without the DVD in it. So
that sucks. Well, at least you get it on Blu-ray coming from Shout. So.
Yeah. So that's a plus. In fact, we got a few announcements. So let's start there. Let's do you want to start with some let's do with rumors. Do we have any rumors? There really wasn't much for rumors.
I guess I don't know. It's one of the bigger ones that was just announced. I would assume it's real, but it's not like been confirmed. But the remake of Night of the Living Dead from Tom Savini.
Yeah.
Been announced for 4K. But I think we all sort of knew that was coming.
We had some feelings. I'm not sure where it's coming from out of because I think Sony owns the distribution rights in the US. So I'm not sure who's putting it out. But Twilight Time put out the last release here in the US, if I remember right.
I think so. But I'm excited
and
for
that one. Had some scan problems from my memory. It had some really bad color timing issues too.
It doesn't say who. Yeah, it doesn't say who it's coming from or anything, but it says coming soon to 4K. I'm excited for it because this is one I've been wanting to get on 4K, or at least a decent Blu-ray for quite some time. Considering we got the original Night of the Living Dead on 4K, we got Return of the Living Dead on 4K. It was time for the remake from Tom Savini. Definitely time for that remake.
Then again, remind me, what boutique company besides Mill Creek does a lot of the releases for Sony? I'm trying to remember. I just talked about one like last week.
I'm not really sure.
Kino, I think, had...
Kino does a lot of Sony.
And say, because wasn't it taking a Pelham 123 I was talking about? I think it's from them.
I think so, yeah.
No, that's not from them. I take that back.
I don't
get an indicator, but that's not who I'm thinking of. Somebody who does their 4K releases. I know I just watched one not too long ago. And I said, yeah, the movie looks great because it's obviously from Sony. I'm trying to remember who it was.
I'm trying to think too, because I know Kino does a lot of those. They get a lot of thing.
Because that's one I could see coming through a boutique company.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Even Shout Factory I could see doing that one.
It's gotta be. It could be not Severin or 4K Cinema says Indicator. So
yeah, but I think it's gonna be somebody bigger. But he could be right. He could be right. Because I think usually Sony goes. They've been all over though. I'm trying to think though, because
Yeah, Sony
otherwise
doesn't really have a problem with licensing, so
no, they're pretty friendly with Mill Creek even. So
yeah. Speaking of Mill Creek, I got a couple of Mill Creeks for you.
yes, we did get at least some steelbook announcements from Mill Creek.
2 exclusive steelbooks coming April 21st and in March. No date for March, but the Miami Vice movie with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell, and the Thing prequel with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Exclusive steelbooks to Walmart from Mill Creek. So, not that I really want to pick either one of those up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've never seen Miami Vice or anything like that. I don't know. It said it's the unrated director's cut. I'm assuming it was before.
Yeah.
The only time I saw them do something different is I picked up Donnie Brasco.
Oh, yeah?
And they have the theatrical version on their Blu-ray. The old Blu-ray is the extended cut, and I didn't even know that until I looked it up. So I have both versions now, but
yeah, Donnie Brasco is a good one too. I probably been watching the extended version the whole time and didn't even know it. No,
you know, Mill Creek. If you guys are listening, like we know you are,
yeah.
Here's a division you guys haven't even thought about yet. Look at how well Vinegar Syndrome is doing. Think about it, MILF Creek. Just think about it.
MILF Creek. I mean, who doesn't like some hot moms?
They need a sexy division.
I mean,
they can release a lot of Skinamax films.
Tell me about it. I've been watching a lot of Roger Corman, so.
MILF Creek. All they do is just release titty movies on that label.
That's what I'm saying. There's always room for titty movies.
See, this is where our conversations always go.
It always ends up on titties, doesn't it?
Well, titty movies or canon movies.
Well, yeah,
or
titty
canons
movies, yeah.
Cannons and cannons.
That's typically what I grew up on. I remember staying up late watching those movies, and it's just like, so it was pretty fun. I mean, I got just friends with Jim Wynorski, so.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, so he's pretty cool.
But yeah, it didn't seem like from my research that there's anything new about those two movies. They're probably the same releases as before, just with steelbooks.
Yeah,
Mill Creek's doing it, so. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not really too thrilled for either one. So,
Planet says he should be getting his Sherlock Holmes steelbook. I did get mine a couple weeks back,
and that's actually pretty cheap. That's still like only 17 something. Priced. So, it's a good deal.
It's not a 4K, unfortunately, but yeah.
The news. Oh, what?
Yeah,
no,
it's only
the young Sherlock Holmes
regular
4K.
No, it's 4K scan, but it only came out on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
It's a Paramount double dip. Get ready.
Freaking Paramount.
So I think it was Paramount to put it out.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the standard one, but yeah, that's all there was.
Yeah,
was the steelbook.
No, I was wondering why it was so cheap, because I remember saying it was going to be 4K, and then now I know why it's so cheap.
Yeah, maybe the scan is, but the movie itself isn't. Oh, The Thing was the other one. Did you mention that one coming?
Yeah,
from
The Thing,
Creek?
the remake.
Yeah,
or the prequel. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, what else we got?
The rumor that you've had heavily, you got to get your clip ready. Conan the Barbarian on 4K.
Yeah, confirmed.
4K. Yeah, so
Disc Father. We don't have a date. I was trying to get some info out of him, like who's releasing it, date, because we had initially heard Arrow, but Arrow made an announcement today, and it wasn't that.
No, they did not.
We'll get to that here in just a moment.
Yes, we will.
But yeah, no. I forgot the clip. Duh. We got talking. I'm like, oh yeah, the clip.
Yeah.
I fucking knew it. Oh.
So yeah, that was kind of cool. One of our scoops, one of our few, very, very, very few scoops here on 4K for you. We're not going to pretend like we scoop a bunch of shit or anything like that. Like scooping shit is a whole nother story. Yeah, we were the first to really talk about that. We did that in the fields. So yes, we had been hearing that Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer were being prepped for 4K, and here we go. So we're hearing about it. I wish I had more to go on than what we got, but yeah, Disc Father posted it earlier today.
It could very well be Arrow, considering the big title that we'll talk about near the end, because they also put out that. So it could be, because like we said, we've heard that it was coming from Arrow. So.
Yeah, another Universal title. So I mean, I'm just surprised they didn't announce it today with the other one, but yeah, because we did get a few Criterion ones announced.
Yeah, we did get. We did get, but I'm curious about the whole Arrow thing, considering Zavi bought Arrow and now they're no longer doing the steelbooks in the U.S. So I'm curious.
I
about
heard that had everything to do with just it had nothing to do with any like importation problems. It all had everything to do with them getting sick and tired of getting complaints about steelbooks.
That makes sense.
So, which I think is ridiculous. But guess what, folks? 90% of their steelbooks are the same thing that Best Buy get for their exclusive steelbooks. The only difference is usually Zavi will add like a booklet and another cover on the outside sometimes.
Yeah,
that's really the only, like, because I got both the Lost Boys and the Poltergeist ones, and all they are is just a book besides the same fucking steelbook that you get from Best Buy.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
true. I think you can get the steelbook everywhere for those too, but
yeah, it's true. It's true. But I can't blame
Zavi usually doesn't have anything that's too special. I mean, sometimes, but very rarely.
Very rarely. But yeah, since you mentioned the Criterions, let's go over the Criterion titles.
Let's.
Up first, coming May 23rd. I'm sorry, Petite Maman from 2021. I hope I said that right. Maman.
Maybe it looks like an animated film though.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, but there's that one.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and then Branded to Kill from 1967 is coming to 4K.
This is why
May
we need
9th.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike would be like, no, that's this, and that.
Oh,
looks
that's a French movie with.
This one looks to be an Asian film, so.
Yeah, no.
Branded to Kill. Yeah, but I know what you're getting. Yeah.
And then, did you say Targets already too?
Targets, yeah, Targets starring Boris Karloff in a new 2K digital restoration coming May 16th. Mm-hmm. I've never seen that one. So
neither have I. That was kind of a.
It could be interesting. I like Boris Karloff, so
yeah.
And then what we was talking about backstage beforehand, Wings of Desire from 1987.
Because I wasn't sure. We're looking at it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I think I know what this movie is. Because first we didn't, and it is the movie that the Nicolas Cage City of Angels film is based upon. So this is actually the original film. I believe it's a British film from what it looks like. I'd never seen it myself, but I was never a big fan of City of Angels. I know it's sacrilege, but wonder if this movie's any better. If anybody's seen it, let us know.
It looks like one of them like really depressing type British movies.
Yeah.
Maybe it's taken a little too seriously. And then
like
you
he
get
doesn't
Nicolas
want
Cage.
the world to see him because he doesn't think they'll understand.
And I don't want the world to see. I can't. No. That song was like everywhere in the 90s. Took you a second,
didn't? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
See, I've only seen the movie like once, but I've heard that song enough gall darn times.
I know the Goo Goo. What is it? It was Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah, the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yep.
Targets is a creepy one. Karloff first. Charles.
Iris, I think, was the name of the song.
Yeah. I might have to check out that Targets. That one sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I like Boris Karloff too. It's curious.
Yeah, curious.
Yes, I can impersonate Cage. Yes, I
Do
can.
it.
What are we talking about? She made me give up my wings, and then she got hit by a car and died. It's tragic.
Oh, my favorite one when we did when you was doing Grease as Nicolas Cage and John Travolta back and forth when they were bowling. We remember the bowling movie we came up with.
Oh God, I hate that part. Like I've only seen Grease 2 a couple times. Like bowling, you have a song about fucking bowling here. Does that tell you anything? Like you got a problem. Like, and not only that, the movie's just a ripoff of the original anyway. But like, Summer lovin' had me a blast. Summer loving happened so fast. Oh my God, he took my face off.
Oh, it's good. It's classic.
Anyway, moving on.
Yes. And the final Criterion, I know this is when you're dying to see what the Criterion is calling the feminist classic Thelma and Louise from 1991 on 4K, May 30th.
I can't quit you, Louise. I can't quit you, Thelma. Yeah. I've never seen that movie in its entirety, believe it or not.
Really?
But I have seen like the end scene and a bunch of other things. I don't know how the Brad
Wayne's
Pitt
World,
scenes. Yeah, I mean, just I've seen enough of it vicariously that I know the movie.
Yeah.
But once I actually, because I probably will pick this up since it's on 4K. This will probably be the first time I've sat down and watched it proper from beginning to end ever. But like I said, vicariously, I've probably seen the entire film. It's just one of those kind of movies.
I can honestly say I don't really care for it. I mean, I get it for what it's cultural impact and stuff, and it's really not a bad movie.
Who's the cop that's chasing him in the movie? Who's that played by? That's
it's been
not
a long
Tommy Lee
time.
Jones, is it?
No,
trying to remember.
Was Tommy Lee Jones is in the movie, isn't he? I think
he's in the movie, but it's not him. It's somebody else.
He's Susan Sarandon's husband in that movie.
Yeah, that's what I can't remember now.
But yeah,
this was the movie that put Brad Pitt on the map for those who may not remember. But yeah,
Harvey Keitel, maybe.
Harvey Keitel might have been it. Yeah. See, like I said, I might end up watching it and liking it, but it's been it's one of those movies. I don't know. We'll see.
It's got maybe some Tarantino people in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder if I'm gonna even pick it up right away. I might wait for the Criterion sale. Well, here's the beauty of Criterion. Their shit don't go out of print.
No.
Never. It seems like almost never does it go out of print unless somebody else picks up and even then they still have their Blu-rays. You can get them usually, but
yeah. I don't know. I'm not a real big fan, and not saying that I don't like the movie. Well, I don't like the movie, but I'm not saying I hate it or anything. But it's not something that's on my list to get. So.
Yeah, and then I was reminded by a viewer in the background about how, for some reason in the 90s, we were obsessed with Dennis Franz's ass.
Yeah.
Because it was everywhere. Like, this guy was not a good-looking man.
No.
But yet his ass was everywhere.
And
I mean, seriously, literally his ass.
Yeah. And I watched NYPD Blue, and they kept giving him the hottest women on that show. Right? I mean, there's like one episode where he's like, but it's near the end,
and he's fucking chode.
I know he's like chode, and he's like already almost 60, and he's got like this 30-year-old smoking hot blonde wife, and they show her buck ass naked on NYPD Blue, and I'm like, why are they giving? What is? I'm better looking than this chode.
Exactly, Dennis Franz. No offense to him, he's a great actor, but motherfucker makes Danny DeVito look suave as hell.
Yeah,
like that's how much of a chode he is, and like look at him. It's like, how is this dude pulling down that much pussy? It doesn't work that way.
They kept giving him the hottest chicks on NYPD Blue, and I'm like,
and they always started with his ass. It was always him on top with his ass hanging out. It's like, who wants to see that pasty fucking thing? I don't get it, but it always brought up the ratings, and then every time they'd show it, more and more and more. Oh, did you see what they showed this week? Yeah, I saw a little half a tit.
Exactly.
Yeah, we saw his ass.
Yeah. That's the thing that gets you too, is like nobody was talking about like the chicks that were like showing side boobs or side butt. It was Dennis Franz's ass. Nobody gave a crap about their women. It was, did you see Dennis Franz's ass?
Well, that was the funny thing, because the whole debate was going on as they were getting hit by the censors going, you can't show that shit on TV. It wasn't ever so much his ass. It was always his ass on top of some chick, like you said. And it was how much they would show of the chick the problem.
Just think about that, man. That was ABC back in the 90s.
Basically, up to a point, you could show. They didn't give a shit in a movie. The only thing you couldn't show was a dick, right?
Yeah.
Like, because for some reason they thought back then, if you put a penis in a movie, it's going to make old women faint. Especially, God forbid it be turgid at all. You know?
Then came along that Bruce Willis movie where he showed his in Color of Night.
You would get a few random ones here and there where you would get that. But it wasn't until like the 2000s where I finally remember them just saying, you know what, to hell with it. We're just going to start showing penises.
Yeah.
And then you get it to a movie like Dewey Cox, where I mean, and it's just like it overdoes it so much.
And they're just like walking right in front of his face, just swinging. It's like, I don't know, please.
I love that movie though, no matter how much penis is in it. We got a super sticker from Cannon Feldero, who sends us in a $1.99 thumbs up. Thank you so much for that, Cannon. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. We appreciate that. Oh, I did not know that. Austin Majors died, the son of Dennis Franz on NYPD Blue. Oh, weird. Yeah. And I did hear about Raquel Welch, sadly.
Yeah. May she rest in peace.
probably the woman who's been on more posters and just probably a more posters period, just from that one shot. You know what I mean? Of her,
from that movie.
10,000 BC or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that has probably donned more rooms than any other poster in history, I'd imagine.
I think
maybe Star Wars beat it eventually, but
I think the whatchamacallit poster challenges that Farrah Fawcett's bathing suit poster.
that's probably the equivalent of that for so long, right? Like,
yeah,
I mean, you've seen it everywhere.
it's exactly. I think that's the ones you can remember the most is that Raquel Willis one and that Farrah Fawcett one. It's like,
yeah. Sorry, I was giggling because somebody sent me the Family Guy Dennis Franz ass bit. I was like, thanks, thank you. So let's get moving on. What else do we have here?
Okay. Speaking of like classics, which it has nothing to do with what we just talked about, the 1953 sci-fi epic disaster. This movie was considered so bad that the director almost killed himself. He attempted suicide because of this movie. But Robot Monster from 1953 is coming to Blu-ray 3D and a new DVD for the 70th anniversary. And
I did not know that about the movie, though.
I did. I got the I got the VHS, and it says that right on the back of the VHS that this movie was held as one of the worst movies ever made, that the director attempted suicide. I'm like, so you're just going to casually put that in the back of the VHS case?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I guess I got to pick that up.
Yeah, and it will include a standard BD 3D plus a red cyan anaglyph version, whatever that means.
That is where basically the red, you can watch it with a regular TV with red and blue.
Yeah. Or
if you have a 3D TV like I do, you can watch it in the true polarized 3D where you don't have to worry about the red and blue shit.
Gotcha. Yeah, but Robot Monster it's something I'm excited for because it's one of those really, really bad 50s sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
And which is apparently is one of the worst. So
yeah, evidently.
Yeah.
It may even make you want to kill yourself.
I feel bad. I feel bad that this director almost killed himself because of this.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah, but hey, it's a classic. So there's that, and then we also got House of the Thousand Corpse 20th anniversary Blu-ray coming April 11th or March 11th. I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's going to come in two versions. One is like a big, with like postcards and all that. It's only on Blu-ray. And then a steelbook. It'll have a steelbook.
It doesn't say it's a new scan or anything like that.
It's
not even 4K. I noticed that too.
It's not even 4K. It's just basically a re-release of the original Blu-ray, but with like goodies, bells and whistles. And there's going to be a new Rob Zombie. There's going to be a new Rob Zombie commentary, but it's only on the digital version.
Oh, so they're not even okay. So that's what they're doing, and that means they're not even going to bother putting it on the disc.
Right.
Like that means they're not even going to reprint the disc. Probably it's going to be the same friggin' disc.
Yeah, it's the same disc.
I'll be honest, that's not my favorite of Rob Zombie's films.
I'll be honest, I don't like Rob Zombie's films at all.
I don't either. The Devil's Rejects was the only one I did like, and I haven't watched it since it came out, and I don't even know how well it would hold up.
Yeah. I just every time I hear Rob Zombie's making a movie, I'm like, but I will tell you, his Devil Rejects, Straight from Hell, House of the Thousand Corpse, that's where he's best suited to stay. Don't let him do the monsters. Don't let him do Halloween. Don't let him do stuff like that, please. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
that's one I will not be picking up, but I won't begrudge anybody if they do.
Yeah, I won't begrudge it either. I mean, it has good performances. Sid Haig is great in those movies. So, and what's his name from Texas Chainsaw is really great in those movies. Yeah. Bill Moseley.
But his wife's in it too.
Yeah, well, that's the worst part of the film.
All right, moving on.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I love how in each movie that she does, they keep saying she's better than she was in the last movie. It's like she gives a great performance. It's like no, she doesn't.
No, she's not getting any better.
No, it's
There's a
just
reason nobody else
her.
hires her to be anything.
Exactly.
Like, you ever notice that? She's never been in anybody else's movies.
Never has she.
Not even bit parts on TV or nothing.
Unless he directs it. Yeah. Here's one from Second Sight Films I've never heard of. This is where we would need Mike. Picnic at Hanging Rock from 1975 is coming to 4K from Second Sight Films. No release date yet.
I have not heard of that one.
Neither have I.
If you told me the title of that, I would think it was like either a romantic comedy or a Western.
It says, schoolgirls set out to picnic at Hanging Rocks.
Sold.
Some were never to return.
Well, I guess that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, there you go. It looks like it's set in like an old British, like school thing.
Yeah.
From the 70s. So, yeah, so there you go. There's that. We have an update on Martin, which we've mentioned several times.
Yeah,
Martin
I got pushed
4K.
Back another week or two or something like that. I can't
it was
remember
pushed
what it
back
was,
to March 27th.
Yeah, not a huge deal.
Yeah, so nothing big there. But if you were wondering,
yeah,
coming
no director's cut yet though.
No direct. It probably won't. The guy that got the rights to Romero's stuff is just not going to let it happen. He's just not going to let it happen.
Or he wants to do it his way, like he did with Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
it's the same guy.
I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. He just that's the way he is. Coming April 25th from Kino Lorber, Terminal Invasion from 2002, Bruce Campbell movie. It was a TV movie coming to Blu-ray. So I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Doesn't ring any bells, but it sounds like it'd be one of those straight-to-video copies of every action movie in the 1990s.
It was directed by Sean S. Cunningham.
Oh, yeah. That's weird, because he has not directed that many movies, has he?
No. I don't think most of these just like produced most everything.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, so 2002.
I mean, he's directed a few, but...
Yeah. Interesting. I don't think I'll have to check that one out. Cheers, the complete series is coming.
I was
to
happy
Blu-ray.
to see this, but the price is not right yet.
No price yet.
But I mean, it is a long series. I get it. But I have this on digital already in HD.
Mm-hmm. Does it look good in HD?
Yeah. Surprise. I mean, the show was actually shot in film. It was early 80s.
Nice.
The only thing, like I said, that price, like...
Yeah.
Because I don't think I paid that much for the Andy Griffith set.
No, the Andy Griffith set's pretty cheap from CBS.
Yeah, which is also Blu-ray and, like you said, CBS Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to wait for this one to go on sale, but I'll definitely be picking it up because this is a must-have. Yeah.
Can't blame you. Then some of our final picks here that I have are from Umbrella, coming in April. A bittersweet life collector's edition, some Asian film coming to Blu-ray from Umbrella. Then we have, what is this? The Tunnel Collector's Edition coming to Blu-ray. Never heard of it. It's from 2011. And Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, coming from Umbrella Entertainment.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. I'm going to kill you.
It's Christopher Robin, come out and play.
I do want to see this movie, though. I really do.
This set looks kind of creepy.
I know, doesn't it?
Runner might be seeing it tonight, he said. So
yeah, so he's on the
That's
date.
why he's not in the chat right now.
With his
But here you go. It comes in a really cool
look at that
book. Comes with it and all that business. So there you go. I don't think this is getting a 4K release at all.
No, it looks like
it says 4K here, but I don't think it is. Getting one.
It's liable to be one of this. It's liable to be like the Terrifier.
Because it was so cheaply made, yeah. It was
like they released Terrifier on Part 2 on Blu-ray, and then they released it on 4K, and limited copies. So,
and you get a hell of an edition, even though I wasn't as big of a fan of the film as I was hoping I would be. While I got these up here, might as well just do it. We got Weird.
That was my next one.
Which actually is getting a 4K release. That might tantalize me enough with all this other stuff, but there's no way they're gonna have a shirt that's gonna fit me, my fat ass. Because I did not really care for the movie all that much, but yeah. Let's see. I do have the soundtrack though. There's the Winnie the Pooh,
and
it was the other one that pissed me off.
It stinks.
We're getting a scratch and sniff version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the only thing that would be even enticing about it would be that you get an OG poster there, it looks like. Because the poster that you get that looks like the cover looks like something out of Mad Magazine. And I already have enough posters of the original poster that I don't fucking need that. And guess what? I have enough versions of this film already that I have this version outside of the stinky part.
Yeah.
Because it's not a new scan. There's no new special features. The only special feature on it is the Out of Their Shells documentary that you can find easily on YouTube. It doesn't even have the commentary from the director on it. That is on the German Blu-ray or DVD release that I have. So this is just basically the same release I already have from them. Maybe I'll grab it later and bring it up for a physical media show just to show you guys.
Yeah. Because
they've been released before, but yeah, nothing on there worth any note. So I was very displeased with that.
Yeah. The big selling point is you can scratch and sniff these stickers that are just like parts of the movie.
Who fucking cares? That was always one of the dumbest gimmicks to me ever as a kid, or ever as at period, even as an adult. I think it's stupid. Like the scratch and sniff thing is so stupid. The only time I ever thought it was used to any funny good use was polyester. Right. Otherwise, yeah, and those are because they're the nastiest fucking smells in the world. So it's basically, water's making fun of the shit. Really, if you think about it, it's like, let's see how long it takes for I can make these fuckers gag and puke.
Yeah. It's the same thing as those jelly beans from Harry Potter.
Yes, or anything like yeah. They used to have those. They used to have the thing when we were younger. They would have. I don't know if you remember these or not, but they would have the mystery jelly beans, and they'd be mystery flavors and stuff too. And you have to figure out there was weird shit like gravy and turkey and shit like that, and weird
fish,
shit.
And it's like,
and that's where we got like the popcorn one from. For those who may not know, if I remember right, like after those weird flavors, that's where the popcorn and a couple other ones stuck around. I'm like, ugh.
Butter flavored popcorn jelly bean.
Should not be a flavor of a jelly bean.
Nasty.
No. It's like having a pizza flavored jelly bean. Give me a fucking break. What are these combos?
I like now they have throw up. So now you can get a jelly bean that tastes like throw up. Who would want to eat that?
Exactly what I want. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to throw fucking jelly beans. Ugh, just get past that. Anyway, that was all we had that was a really kind of disappointing announcement from those guys. Umbrella. Yeah. And then Via Vision also had a couple of announcements as well, including Bad News Bears go to Japan, which will finish off the Bad News Bear trilogy for them. I can't remember if there was any other ones that they had.
I don't. What was you were saying? What was that one you were just saying? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I can't either. But Via Vision, has that coming, and I don't think they had anything else coming. So that was the only new one I seen from them.
There was something that you mentioned before, but I cannot, because it wasn't nothing special. But
they're also releasing Rawhide the first season.
Oh yeah, Rawhide, that's what it was.
But it's just the first season. Now, of course, for those who don't know, Rawhide being the old Clint Eastwood show.
Head them up, move them out.
Yeah, 5-disc Blu-ray first season. That's coming out in Australia. And Pumping Iron was the other one we mentioned too, but I couldn't remember if that had been released on Blu-ray in the US or not yet. That was the thing I was asking. Because for some reason I remember I have it as like a bonus feature on something somewhere. For some reason on the Hulk. I shit you not. It's like a bonus feature on one of the Hulk movies from Anchor Bay back in the day.
Oh,
weird.
Yeah. I know I get the Maverick episode with Clint Eastwood on his Unforgiven 4K.
Mm-hmm. They're also releasing Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh,
Nothing new about it. It looks like just the movie only. So it's probably a re-release of the same one we have here in the U.S. But
I would like a new scan of that because
that needs a new scan. Yes. Yeah.
And as we know, what MGM has done.
And I think that's one of the ones that was mentioned to me as one that is a upconvert scan.
Mm-hmm.
And they also announced Steel Magnolias and St. Elmo's Fire, both of which and Real Genius, of course, we all know are already. We do know we have here in the U.S. And I'm pretty sure St. Elmo's Fire also we have here. That's one I don't think I have yet. So yeah. What's neat about when Sony starts releasing some of these in other countries like this, that means I think we're getting closer to maybe a 4K release of some of these.
Yeah. I always feel like it's a testing ground.
Well, it's not only that. I think they're getting rid of some old stock and shit too. So.
It makes sense.
I don't know. But anyhow. What else did you have for us? That was all we had from Via Vision.
That was it, other than the thumbnail.
Well, we had where did it go here? We actually had a couple then that we did the box art from Star Trek.
Oh, yes.
And of course the other ones we showed you last time, those ended up being the final versions.
Mm-hmm.
But this is weird. Why does Data have glasses that are like melding into his face here? You guys need to go out and see this art. I swear that means they pulled this from someplace and they didn't do a good enough job to get the glasses out. Like you can see part of glasses right here. Still.
I wonder if it's from...
And if you zoom in, you can really still see them. But they're half gone. It's really weird.
Is it from what's the name of the movie? First Contact, where they put the human skin on him. Maybe they just like colored it white so it looks like he's got glasses.
No, the glasses look like they shouldn't be there.
Oh, I have to take a good look at that.
Like they used it as a Photoshop thing and they were trying to get rid of it and they didn't get rid of it all. Because you can still see the left side of his nose, like the nose piece of the glass. And it, like then the lens just kind of fades into his eyeball. And we all noticed this. I was not the only, like a couple of us noticed this shit right away. And they have all the versions that they released. This was even before they released the final version, we were pointing it out. Then the final version comes out and it's still the same. And we're like, they didn't fix it. I hope they fix it on the actual disc.
I hope so.
Because this looks like shit compared to the other one. This looks like they made really quick in a computer with a lot of fucking different filters. Is what it looks like. Compared to that first one we got for the other movies. So yeah. And then we also got All-Star Superman coming to 4K.
Oh yeah.
And here's a look at the Superman 4K. And this one pissed me off too.
Yeah,
this is not the right font. This is the Man of Steel font. What the fuck, Warner? And I don't like the cover either, because that is something I know. I've seen that art for Superman Returns. That is not the Fortress of Solitude from the original film.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's the Superman Returns Fortress of Solitude.
You know how else I know this? There's a dead fucking giveaway. Fucking giveaway right there.
Oh yeah, the S.
Do you guys see my mouse there? Yeah.
I see the S.
That is supposed to be circle like it is down here. Not an edged off like that. That's what it looked more like in Superman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is not correct. Whoever fucking does this shit over there needs to be fired.
And the Warner Brothers
last straw for me.
Worst.
I know, that is like the worst fucking final straw for me. So yeah, here's some look at the other art for you guys if you wanted to see like the Miami Vice one and stuff like that. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the art for Night of the Living Dead, but you know.
No, I think it's just a
But yeah, so the other big one we got then is this one here.
Yes, sir.
The Last Starfighter, which is one I even when I retweeted it, I'm like, not surprised, but a welcome film because we've been wanting it for a while. Arrow did a really nice 4K scan release. What, 3 years ago now, roughly? Something like that? Maybe
was
2?
It 3 years ago? I know I got it.
Yeah, I've got it
too. It wasn't that
too
too long ago. It was maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. 2 or 3. I'll tell you. Give me a minute here.
There you go. It probably says on Blu-ray.com.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yes, and also, just before we move on with this, we did bring this up before, 4K cinema, and yes, the new Superman the first film will be newly remastered, although it's still just the fucking theatrical cut.
Yeah.
I don't know why they can't. Even if it just had the other scenes up converted, why can't they give us the Donner cut as well?
Yes, exactly. But
I don't need the 3-hour TV cut. I just want the Donner cut, the 2-hour, like 40-minute cut or whatever it is.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago for the last
Starfighter.
Starfighter.
Okay, yeah, roughly 2 years. Well,
yeah,
we're getting double dipped on that one if you ask me, but
a little bit.
It felt like a longer than that for some reason.
At least it wasn't like a year later. But yeah, I'm cool with 4K. I could get a 4K of that.
Yeah, no, this is one I'm actually kind of excited for to get on 4K because it's just one of those movies that came out in the wake of Star Wars. That's one of the better films to be inspired by Star Wars. It should pop in 4K, but it'd be interesting to see the early CGI in 4K, how they would do that. So it'd be kind of interesting. The one they released before from the 4K scan looked pretty good. Yeah, it does. It does. Huge improvement over the old Blu-ray anyway. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it'll be looking. I'm assuming this will probably be a lot like their RoboCop release. The same exact box, same exact goodies. So this time I'm kind of hoping there's a better version that's released in either like a steelbook or a single version, because I'm not so sure I want to buy all the goodies again, but we'll see. Yeah. Because I kind of felt really ripped off by RoboCop in some ways. I'm like, I just bought this bitch. Yeah. And I got all the same crap, so none of the stuff from before is all that special. I think they usually have a single 4K not too long after they release the big box set of it. So yeah, but this is one I'm going to want right away. Yeah. I love it. It is good. Greetings. Oh my gosh, how does he say it? Star League. You have been chosen from Star League. I'm sure I remember how they say that in the thing there. Greetings, so, Starfighter. Yeah, greetings, Starfighter. You have been chosen from the Star League. Well, and it's a movie that's been ripped off to no end, right? Exactly. And it's a brilliant film. And yeah, the CGI is a little dodgy, but I mean, it was really early CGI. It's the first movie to use a CGI in that way. Yeah, in that photorealistic sense. Yeah. I know. I mean, because Tron had some, but that was a lot more animation than you'd think, actual CGI. But yeah, no, all the ships and stuff in this movie, from my recollection, are pretty much all CGI shots and stuff. I remember it being a huge. There's a lot of stuff in the making of about it, so yeah. I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, and got Nick Castle directing it, the original OG Shape. I mean, yep, one of the few good movies he made. Yeah. The Major Pain. Killing is my business, and business is good. Yeah, then he made Mr. Wrong. Ellen DeGeneres. God, was that a bad movie? Yeah, it was bad. So yeah. But the writer of The Last Starfighter moved on and did My Science Project, which is a movie I love. So, yeah. There was another release we totally fucking forgot, by the way. Oh, what was it? What did I miss? Chucky's Gonna Get Lucky. Oh yes. Oh, how did we forget that? I didn't even have that. I forgot all about that. As we had predicted. And this is one of all the ones we've gotten so far. I mean, it's not my favorite of the films, but it's the one I'm most anxious to see on 4K Blu-ray. Mm-hmm. Because I remember when the movie came out, they were talking about the type of film they used to shoot it and how it was this new, I believe, Kodak film or whatever at the time that had really rich, silky blacks. And you could really see it in the movie. And I remember when the DVD came out, it was one of those early, really good looking DVDs as well. Mm-hmm. Now the Blu-ray leaves a lot to be desired because I think that's from that old scan. But if you get this scan from the negative in 4K and it's done really well with Dolby Vision, I have a feeling this is going to be one of those 4Ks that pops like a mofo. I'm interested. I will say because of the way the contrast is. Yeah. Yeah. I will say it's my favorite modern Chucky. You know, if you know what I mean. Hands down, yes. Yeah, it really did help revitalize Chucky with the new look and everything, and then after that, it kind of, you know. But I know you're a huge fan of that, so. Well, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I like this is the different era of Chucky, right? Like you have the first three, and then you have this era, and now we're kind of in a new era, which is kind of a combination of the two with its own new spin. I haven't seen the new season of the new Chucky show. I like the first season, all right. I watched the first episode of the second season, and it really turned me off. So I've yet to go back to it. I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray because the first couple episodes I think were free on YouTube at the time, but so that's why I watched the first one anyway. But no, I'm not gonna go through what I did the first season because the first season I bought each episode individually as it came out.
Oh.
So this time I'm just gonna wait till they either pop on Peacock or I get the Blu-ray. If it comes on Peacock first, I might peep it there, and if it doesn't get any better. And the only reason it sucks about it, and I hate getting into these kind of conversations on this show because it's not what it's about,
right?
Is there was some people who are like the first season, oh, it's woke as hell, it's woke as hell. It's like, no, it's not woke as hell. Yes, there's gay characters and stuff like that in it, but that's not what the overall plot's about, right?
Right.
They were just happened to be gay, and yes, it was part of the story. The very first episode of the second season is all about their relationship. And as I was saying at the time, I'm like, even if this was an episode of a show based on a straight relationship, I would say the same fucking thing. I didn't come to watch this show to see teenagers date. I came to watch this show to see Chucky.
Right.
Right. I don't want to see this crap. I don't care about that. Yes, there's little moments of that here and there in like Child's Play 3 and even Chucky getting married or whatever you want to call it in Bride of Chucky, married for the better lack of word or whatever. Like outside of that, it's never been this huge thing in the franchise to where I need that just fucking bombarded. I don't care. Yeah, you already handled it well enough in the first season. Don't overdo it here.
It always felt to me with the Chuckies, it was familiar relationships, not love relationships. Like you had Andy and his mom, and then the second one you had Andy and what's her name? The one that the adopted sister, the foster girl. It felt like they were becoming like a family. And then like in the third one, it sort of had that love, like he was like Andy getting his first love, but it was also sort of like Andy finding a family within this military thing with the young kid that Chucky's going to be a bro, finding him like a little brother.
That one he was like, that was the first time he actually got more romantic. We got a little bit of that, but that wasn't the whole movie, right? It was just a little underpinning thing to the movie. Yeah. And even the same thing with Bride of Chucky, you had the two couples in the story. That's the only time it really made sense. But again, even in that movie, you had a gay character. Don't care. Yeah. Same thing with A Seed of Chucky has a ton of gay overtones, especially with John Waters being there. Don't care. There's all kinds of queerness and stuff in the other films. That's not a problem. I don't even care about that kind of stuff. That's not my issue. My issue is I don't care if it was a straight couple. Point is, you don't need to spend an entire episode about how the characters miss each other. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
You get away with that in 5 seconds. Go, oh God, I miss this person. Yeah, me too. Like, whatever. Okay, we get it.
Yeah. Where's Chucky?
So why did you separate them? Yeah, like where the fuck is Chucky? Because that's the other problem with the first episode is he's like they leave you hanging as to where he ended up at the end of the last bit. And I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody who's not watched it because this show picks up right where the last film leaves off. It does merge all the worlds. We get all the old characters back. In that sense, it's a lot like Cobra Kai, and I like it. And the new characters, for the most part, are decent. Right. But if you're going to sit there and spend a whole episode on this, like, what the hell is this?
Exactly.
Like, this is not what I signed up for kind of shit.
Right.
If I want to watch this, I'll go watch CW.
Exactly.
That's what it started to feel like to me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on a rant there.
No, good. Do it. I like your rants. But yeah, I get you. And that's why I've never really, I haven't had an interest in the new ones. Yeah. I mean, what I like, yeah, go ahead.
No, Snowdub was in here earlier too, and I think he agreed with me on the first season. Was like, it was decent, but I think he said the same thing as I did. He got turned off hardcore by that first episode, so I don't know if he went back to it or not. But
yeah. But like what I liked about Bride of Chucky was considering what it was, it knew that these were the movie monsters, and like even she watches The Bride of Frankenstein, and she's crying over it when she's watching it. So I really felt this was like and plus it's Universal, so I really felt like it was a monster movie, so I was okay with like that sort of loving relationship there. But like to me, like I said, it always felt familiar, like a family type thing, not about like love.
It was also a major part of that plot, right? Like it was the whole reason that she decided to bring Chucky back is because she was in love with him. She thought they were going to get married. Like that's a whole.
She wanted to have a family.
Part of the story.
She wanted little baby Chuckies.
Like these two being separated wasn't necessarily part of the story. It was a result of what had happened in the first film or first season, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not like they're that young. It's like, okay, a couple of years from now, you guys are going to be adults. You can just go be together. I think you got more to worry about right now than your fucking sex lives. You don't even know if there's 1,000 killer dolls still out there. Spoilers. Because for those who don't know, Chucky figured out a way to multiply himself.
That's something that turned when in the Cult of Chucky. That's what turned me off of the Cult of Chucky.
See, now it's just funny because that was actually part of the original script.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Because that was always an idea that Mancini always kind of liked that got removed early on because just logistic reasons, right?
Right.
But as he got down the road, that's something he wanted to explore a little bit more. And it works because when he splits himself off, he only has the memory up to that point, right? Mm-hmm. So once he splits them off, that's how they become different personalities. Mm-hmm. You know, so they only remember so much up to a point. Like once he makes a new one, so if something happens in between there, the other one has no idea that thing happened. Now,
where's the original Chucky, though?
That's the thing is I think that's what the whole show is getting to is you got to get to the source. You got to get to the OG and he's got the OG ones hidden away somewhere. And that's probably where the series is leading up to.
Okay.
Is my guess.
Hopefully.
That would be my whole take on that business. But with that, let's move along here. Was there anything else that we had for announcements? I don't think we missed anything. I think we got everything now.
I think we've
Chucky. We have no dates on that yet or who's releasing it. I'm going to take a guess and say it's probably going to be Shout Factory, but the way they were releasing the other ones, I'm like, they're just going to keep staggering these is what they're going to do.
They're going to do just like the Halloween ones where like they release the first five, and then they do the last three. They release first three Chuckies. They'll do Bride of Chucky this Halloween. That's why I see it.
That's what I'm thinking. I think Halloween's a good, was it September or Halloween last year? They released the other ones.
Yeah. So that's why I figured
I wouldn't be surprised if in the next week we get an announcement for at least Seed of Chucky as well, probably.
I would have to say, definitely Seed and Bride would have to be coming from Shout and Scream. And then after that, the other ones I don't think would get the full.
Well, that's just it. I was going to say, because I think the Curse Cult are all shot digitally, so they're all probably 2K interpositives and all that business. And there's probably no sense in doing it.
Yeah. That's why I say.
But then again, with you never know with these guys. They've done
you never know
before. So. They might do them. I mean, it's about time for Curse of Chucky or whatever to get a re-release anyway. So it's that old already if you think about it.
It is pretty old. That one I didn't mind. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I like that one too because it kind of it was like I like the first half, like took it back to more of the serious tone. Mm-hmm. Then the last half, it lets you know that no, we have not disregarded any of the other sequels. This shit still matters. And then that's where, go ahead.
I was gonna say because you wonder because he's all like back to being normal Chucky, no scars or anything. And then it gets to that point, spoiler alert, in the movie when she notices something's on the doll's face and she starts pulling it out.
And I thought that was brilliant because I didn't like how he looked at first.
Exactly.
That was one thing I complained about when I saw the trailers. I'm like, I don't like how they changed how he looks. And everybody's like, what do you mean? I'm like, they made him look more cutesy. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, just look at him. And then when you see the movie and you realize that's a totally different mask he's got on, I'm like, yes! Fucking A, Don, thank God. And as soon as you pull it off and you see the stitches and shit, I'm like, oh, he loves us. We don't care if we didn't necessarily like Seed of Chucky, but you have to acknowledge the shit and move on, right? Like, just get past it. Just move on, Yeah, we get it. Sometimes you're gonna have some hiccups in unless there's something you can completely ignore that without it disrupting the flow of a franchise. Like at that point, you just got to go with it.
Yeah,
and at this point with Chucky, happened, you just got to kind of go with it, right?
It happened, but we're moving on.
And I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I also saw the kind of movie that Mancini was trying to make with Seed of Chucky. Because if you watch early interviews, he's like, the last movie was a romantic comedy. Okay, gotcha. This movie, he said, is a Looney Tunes cartoon. It's one of the Looney Tunes cartoons, though, where it would be Father Sylvester teaching, his kid how to go after a rat. Those episodes. So he's like, that's what this is making fun of. At the same time, it's kind of that mixed with if John Waters ever decided to make a Chucky movie.
Right.
That's basically what that movie is. And I don't think that's what people were expecting. I think they were literally just expecting another Bride of Chucky.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, and it's also making fun of Hollywood at the same time, which is, you know, something that John Waters would do. So
It's true. It's true.
exactly. Own the mistakes of the previous movie, but just move on.
Exactly.
Unless it's something you can totally overlook, you know. Like right now, if they decided to make Bruce Almighty 2, you don't have to acknowledge Evan Almighty.
That's true.
You can pretend that shit's never happened. Nobody would care. I don't know, that's a bad example, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's plenty of times in sequels in history where, like, they could have made Smokey and the Bandit 4 and totally disregarded part 3, and I don't think anybody would have cared.
Yeah. There's times you can do that. Just move it on.
Just moving on.
Oh, yeah.
But anyhow, with that, I think we're going to wrap this up here. Well, actually, no, this is kind of a preview of what we do later on tonight, because I don't want to get too deep into this, because I only had one brand new 4K movie I watched this week. I'm bringing one back that I didn't get to talk about the week Robert Meyer Burnett was there. But I did get to check out Shout's new version of Magnificent Seven, which is one of my favorite films ever, if not favorite Westerns, obviously. But it looks pretty good. I don't know how old the scan is. I've been trying to find out, because I have a feeling the scan was done at least 3 or more years ago, but I can't remember the last time MGM released these movies on Blu-ray, because I have the 4-pack or the 3-pack or whatever, where it has is it 4? I think it has 3 sequels. Anyway, it's got a couple of the movie and the original and the sequels, but that was a 2010 release. So I'm like, God, have they released it since then again? And I don't remember, because I would have thought if they would have done it again and remastered, I would have bought it.
Right.
But it looks so much better than it did before. That's for sure. I mean, it wears a little bit of its age, don't get me wrong, but as far as the scan goes, it doesn't say it's a new scan. It just says it's a new color timing and stuff like that. But it looks pretty good for Shout. The special features, it's listed as a Shout Select.
There you go.
But I will give them the credit that, because I'm the original, I swear I have the DVD, but I guess I don't have it. Maybe this is in the group of DVDs I lost the box of.
Maybe.
Because there was a couple special features that did not carry over to that original Blu-ray I have. But now all those special features are on this disc. So, but it's all the old MGM features, nothing new. Right? So, like, don't expect anything new. But, like, there was a very great commentary with, like, Eli Wallach and stuff like that were on the old DVD that were not on the Blu-ray that is now back. So there's that, and like one other, there was another special feature that's finally back again too. So in that respect, it's a decent release, but I really would have thought it'd been nice. This movie deserves a fucking documentary or something.
Yeah,
like a really nice documentary. I'm talking, you know, come on, it's the Magnificent Seven. It's one of the greatest remakes of all time, hands down. I mean, you can't argue with that. Right. If you're going to remake a movie like the Seven Samurai, this is how you do it. You don't do the same thing. You do your own thing. And that's the beauty of it, is that it, you know, this was the kind, and I argue that this movie was the movie that got us into that next era of Westerns, into the spaghetti Westerns and out of the old classic style.
Right.
Right. Like that, this was that movie. And the funny thing was, and we'll talk about this a little bit more later, but like, I love the film. If you have not seen the original Magnificent Seven, check it out. Shout has it on sale right now. They're not on sale right now, but they have it. It's out now, or coming out this next week or two. You can get it through Amazon, but you can get it now already through Shout, I should say, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Because I got it 2 weeks early or whatever, but yeah, a week early.
Yeah. Be interesting to hear some of your thoughts on that tonight too. So look forward to that on my channel, The Physical Media Show, tonight at 9:30 Eastern. And I'm not sure the other times, but yes.
But yes, what did you watch this week? Anything you want to preview?
I didn't get to watch 4K, but I did get a Warner Archive title that I've been wanting, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. So I'm really excited because the scan on this is absolutely beautiful.
All right. Wow. I hear some kid wants
they're,
in.
They're knocking. They're ready.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for your time, Greg. And thank you guys out there for listening. We appreciate it. This stream will lead you over to Greg's stream later on. It will be a little bit before we get there, but park up and just wait for us. We'll be talking some more Blu-rays here in just a little bit. I can say that much for Greg. It's over on FanZcene, and I see Steven's sharing all the links right there in the chat as well. So you can always subscribe that way. But otherwise, just hang on. And this will take you right to that stream. So that's what's cool about that. So With that, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you on physical media.
Peace.